Welcome back everyone, I'm Cape Blaze Games, this is Fallout 4, and this is the Institute. We finally made it in here, many episodes in. It is a glorious and very high-tech science fiction underground world. We're humans, I think this is a synth.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
Yeah, they're a little bit like a cult. There's not very many humans here, there are an awful lot of synthetic humans down here. And at the minute we've been tasked with introducing ourselves to all the facility heads. We've been into Synth retention, which is like the secret police that track down and repatriate missing synths on the surface. We've been into robotics, where they build this. We weren't told to go into robotics, but we went there anyway. That's where they produce the synths, and it's a very strange and disquieting place. Bioscience is the place we're going next. And we also went into Advanced Systems and talked with Ali Fillmore. Now, we have one other thing to do in Bioscience, and that is retrieve a vial of a serum for Virgil, who gave us the plans to get in here in the first place. And we agreed to do you scratch my back and I scratch yours thing, and we agreed to help him out in exchange for that information, and he wants us to get a vial of serum from his office in Bioscience, so he can hopefully revert himself to being a human, because at the moment, he's a super mutant.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet.
We have spent most of our time looting things that have aluminum in them, because we have completely run out of aluminum somehow.
The Synth Gorilla project is showing promising results.
Synth gorillas?
Please don't get any germs on me.
Okay. They're not just building artificial humans, they're for some reason bringing back extinct wildlife as well. Don't you throw your poo at me. Right.
They're still people and they're suffering. We can at least
Hello.
After
Hello.
all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
And this is
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
Dr. Clayton. Clayton?
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
You're allowed to face me, you know, you very rude man.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
I mean, it does seem like a little bit of a waste of time, so let's ask him about that.
Sounds like a waste of time to me. You should create something more useful.
It's just my opinion, of course, but I don't believe that every discovery needs to be useful. Sometimes we innovate for no other reason than to learn what's possible. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know, but it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Do we have any questions? Medical
You
care?
mentioned medical care? I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Okay. Ooh, looks like lots of aluminum stuff in here. I've been grabbing a lot of stuff, and I'm not overweight yet. Bottle caps will take, bottle caps will take. Not overly concerned about picking up the uniforms because they are just cosmetic. And I think I have a mod that lets me build them anyway. Right, so let's just poke around in here. We're trying to find Virgil's office.
The retrieval team supposedly arrived with the surface sample. What state is it in?
Lots of disused stuff. FEV lab. Okay. Well, that was easy.
Got it.
Now. Okay, we have tripwire. So we have dangerous traps. So I'm going to put my armor back on. Nope, destroyer's helmet, please. Thank you. Oh, we've still got like 30 pounds of carry weight. Okay, this is obviously a much older part of the Institute because it's all manky and not as high tech. Okay, there's a destroyed synth. And I think I can hear a turret buzzing around in the background. So in this lab
That's it.
is where Virgil wants us to get his serum from. I mean, it's still got some Institute cool looking medkits. Telephone. Do we need to pick up fans? I think we've got enough screws and gears. You know what, we'll just take it anyway. Okay, well, that's just doing the doors. So I don't think the radiation arches are working anymore. Oh, hello. Got it. And there's another one. Yep. Hello. I do not want to get hit by that. Gotcha. Val's got hit. Okay, we're still in caution. How many turrets have they got down here, man? Maybe some sugar bomb cereal. Do you hear that? That is an assaultron. So there's an assaultron round here.
Nice.
So I think I might want to try and hit that with our... Gosh, I'm going to turn my light off so I'm harder to detect. There it is. Let's try and hit this in the head with our... Yep, kill. Well, I'm glad that's over. We managed to snipe it with our sniper rifle, which is great. Go back to normal weapon now, I think. Copper, glass, what is this? It's an actual mod. Ooh, a mod for a pipe wrench. Wow. I think we'll be leaving that where it is. Oh, sensor, aluminum. That's aluminum. Some caps and another fan. A couple of beers. Okay, this is, ooh, a pencil, lead. Duct tape. Economy wonder glue. What's this? Pipe wrench hooked mod. Okay, lots of mods for upgrading pipe wrench melee weapons. I don't think we're overly concerned about that. We were concerned about you. And you actually gave us 6 aluminium. Thank you very much. Try tool. I think there's probably more turrets around here. There's some jet, I'll take that. As Ali Fillmore told us, they have been digging this place out for 200 and something years. So there's older parts and there's newer parts and they're still extending it downwards and outwards even now. Not seeing anything. I can hear some turrets. Wonder glue. I can definitely hear turrets. Whoopsie.
Sweet.
Lots of different uniforms in here. More stems and purified water. There's a tripwire there. And dead cats? Why are there so many dead cats? Oh, and a dead synth. So I think the turrets must be there. Crap. That's one. And I think there's another one on this side. Yep. Okay, that's two. I can still hear more, and we're still in caution. Let's just have a look in all these cells.
Yes.
Kickball and some cat meat. Okay, were they? And some children's toys. Oh. I saw you, Mr. Turret. And you. Okay, so there's lots of children's toys around here. So I take it they were experimenting on children, doing whatever they do in this lab.
Nice.
And there's a dead super mutant. So I take it they were either experimenting on or creating super mutants. More aluminum. I think we can stand up now. I'm not hearing any more turrets. There's another dead synth all stuck up there. This door requires terminal. Right.
That's it.
Well, I think because Brian Virgil is now a super mutant and he wasn't, I think we can safely assume that they've been creating super mutants. And the Institute is the origin of the forced evolution virus. I'm sure they had best intentions at heart, maybe. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is definitely the right place.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
Oh, now we understand why you left. Okay, there's another log here. This is just research notes.
This is Dr. Elliot with the official report for the Directorate from Bioscience. The date is, August 2178. I'm pleased to report that, as has been the case during my tenure, crop yields exceed expectations. In point of fact, everything down here is fine, with one notable exception. Dr. Frederick has informed me that the Directorate has pre-approved research on samples of the FEV virus, which he already has in his possession. Now, I'm not one to question the Directorate, you all know that. I don't even want to know where this came from, but, well, this is troubling. Dangerous, possibly. I will do my best to make sure risks are minimized, but I really do hope that the consequences are understood.
Okay, so the Institute did not create the FEV virus, but they came into possession of it, and they were obviously experimenting with it. There's one more holotape here.
This is Dr. Elliot reporting for the Bioscience Division. March 22-24. We just received another batch of subjects, but as my previous report stated, we're at an impasse here. More of the same won't help. The two most promising strains of FEV have been adapted to an ideal state, but we're still missing something. I am officially echoing the team's position. The most likely progress for our research on synthetic organics requires new avenues of exploration. Additional Commonwealth subjects will not help. It's the same problem across the board, exposure to too much radiation. We need someone new. There's a proposal we'll be putting forward. I am not entirely comfortable with it, but it seems the best course.
Well, that was 2277. And this is 2287. So that wasn't that long ago. So were they talking about us? Were we going to end up like one of them? Before Virgil looks like he threw a chair through one of the things and let the super mutant out. Or maybe it was Brian himself. But what we have here is the serum we needed to take to Virgil. So that'll be once more all the way through the glowing sea. This is entirely optional. You don't have to do that at all. Okay, there's some laser grid there, so we'll just turn that off here. Deactivate the laser grid. Simple pimple, and we're back in this main room with the gorillas and all the plants. I think we've looted everything. I think we've met
Theoretical
everyone we had
limits
to
are
meet.
made to be broken.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Hi, Doc.
Well, if it isn't our visitor from the past. Some time ago, we covertly replaced the family patriarch at Warwick Homestead with a synth. He's been field testing a variety of genetically modified seeds that I created. Take this packet of seeds to the Roger Warwick synth. Be careful with these. They represent years of genetic manipulation and enhancement. Hopefully you can manage such a simple task.
Okay.
Just give me the seeds.
Now listen closely, because this next part is vitally important. When Roger asks how your trip was, tell him some blood bugs chased you halfway across the Commonwealth. That code phrase will identify you as an agent of the Institute. Also, you must be discreet. Do nothing to draw attention to yourself or raise suspicion.
And if your synth has been compromised?
Then you'll have to improvise. You seem clever. I'm sure you'll manage. Now hurry on to Warwick Homestead so we can begin the experiment.
Okay. Now, this quest is... You're not told to come and get this quest. You just randomly talk to this guy and he gives you it.
It's great to have you here.
And that quest takes us all the way down here southeast, because we know we've got lots of stuff to do down here anyway. That's the Warwick Homestead. And when we complete this quest, we'll get that as a settlement, which is pretty cool. But we're not going to be doing that. We are going to be doing synth retention. We have to give this holotape back to Sturgis. And I suppose we should really tell Elder Maxon of the Brotherhood of Steel that we found a way in here. Anyway, we need to go and speak to Father, who is our son. I know, it's all very strange. Because we discovered that we did not, in fact, wake up soon after our son Sean was stolen. We were on ice for another 60 years before... Oh, this is oh, hello. We were, in fact, on ice for another 60 years before being released. Then Kellogg reckons that Father was the one that arranged to have us released, so that we could get rid of Kellogg for him and then make our way here to join the Institute as part of some big overarching plan that Father has. Well, I assume we will find out a little bit more about that sooner or later. What's that?
I'm through.
Okay. What is through this master locked door? A storage closet, because of course. It does have an awful lot of these really nice tools. Okay, now we're overweight, but that's not going to be a huge issue. I'm sure we can eat and then have a red stag. We are slightly peckish. Violet queen snake, red stag, jolly good. Now you've got 22 pounds of weight. Ammo box, medkit, purified water. Alright, good stuff. I'm not going to pick up these high power microscopes. I think we've got enough crystal, because they do weigh quite a lot. Anyway, we're supposed to go and talk to Father, who's in his private apartment. I should have drunk from a fountain instead of expending a water. No, they're bad for your health. I'm taking them. They're good for my bank balance and bad for your health. Oh, here he is.
No, I'm really interested in this stuff. Try me. Just
No cigarettes, they're bad for you.
yeah, that's my favorite subject. I'm glad you're finally taking this.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
It's pretty cool.
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
Well, they are
If the
thinking,
synths are
feeling
intelligent
things.
and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Well, I think we know who erased his memories. It was probably the railroad, but we'll ask him and see if he knows.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Okay. Now, as we know, we can fast travel out of the Institute because it's the only way out. And we can do that from anywhere in the Institute. We do not have to go all the way back through the lift and to the teleportation room. So let's just get out of here, shall we? So we cannot fast travel to this location. The only place in any other mode you can fast travel to anywhere and be teleported anywhere you've already discovered. But in survival mode, the only place you can go is the CIT ruins. But that's fine. Here we are. And El Doggerino has teleported to us. That's great. But the same thing is not true in reverse. We do not have to come to CIT to teleport directly down into the Institute. We can teleport to the Institute from anywhere on the map. So we now kind of have two methods of fast travel. We can call a cab from the Brotherhood of Steel and physically, quite slowly fly. Or we can teleport from anywhere on the map to the Institute and then to CIT. So say for instance we had to go from, say, Warwick Homestead to Sanctuary for whatever reason, we can teleport from Warwick to here and then walk the rest of the way. So it does cut down our travel time quite significantly. And the good thing about basing ourselves out of Hangman's Alley is that as soon as we come out, we're like right next to this bridge and we've cleared that out, so we can just go straight home. Unload all our stuff, and then it looks like we're going all the way east. Okay. Like, we've been to Nordhagen Beach, as we can tell, and it looks like we might be able to... No, I'm going to change my mind. I think we should come up here and start doing all the quests we have up in this area of the map, and then we'll do this courser thing. I think the courser thing is going to be the last thing to do, because we are supposed to meet it here at the North Wharf, because this quest takes place here, and we could, of course, go to the airport and then, or just catch a cab to Nordhagen Beach and then work our way up here. But then we'd have to fight our way through the thing to get to the courser to start the thing, so that would be pretty backwards, so we're not going to do that. We are, however, going to go home and drop off all our gear, and then we'll have a look through our quest list, put down lots of markers and work out which order we're going to start doing the northeast of the map. We do have to give that holotape back to Sturgis, and we do have to inform the Brotherhood that we found a way into the Institute, because they will give us more quests to do in the Institute. Because we are now in Chapter 3 of the game,
General,
which is the end of
it's
it.
a rather pleasant evening, wouldn't you say?
Let's get rid of all that garbage. And we'll get rid of this. And we've only got 5 signal grenades left. I'd rather keep her in charisma and intelligence one than agility and perception. Now, we are going to upgrade that and keep it because that's pretty good. Plus 20% stealth and become transparent while sneaking and not moving. I think I'll keep my auto injection one, so let's upgrade that. So we're not going to need this right arm anymore. Okay, let's upgrade the armor.
Lost track of how many ballistas I got.
Medium, no. Heavy, yes. Resin, no. Nanofilament, yes. Stabilized, no. Deep pocketed, yes. Paint, shadowed. Right, done. Easy. Very, very simple. Very, very fast. And now we get faster action point regen, which is fantastic. Right, let's have a look at all the quests we have to do on the east of the map. That is southeast and we are going northeast. We know we have that to do. That's not there, that's southeast. Now report back to Tinker Tom, we can do that on the way. Secure coastal cottage, that's northeast. That's southeast. Yes, southeast. 75 we haven't done yet. We can do that, that's on the way. You know, northeast-ish, that's on the way. Out of the fire, Saugus Ironworks, that's definitely northeast. That's here. Quartermasterly, four-leaf fishing plant, that's southeast, so we're not doing that. Far from home, that's very northeast, that's a DLC, so we won't mark that. This is south, so we're not doing that. That's southeast, that's all the way to the west. That's southeast, that's up here, yep, that's north. That's where we're going. Also we got Voltec calling. That's kinda here actually, so we should actually listen to that. Bring the serum to Virgil, talk to Hancock. Okay, we'll talk to Hancock because we can do that on the way there, we'll just walk there. Search for tech in the Hant Chapel, I believe that's down this way, yep, that's why it's marked. Yeah, because we've got a lot to do, and the usual stuff. Find the treasures of Jamaica Plains, Shaw High School, Trinity Plaza. Okay, I mean... Alright, we'll hit Trinity Plaza first, and then we'll go to Goodneighbor, then we'll talk to Tinker Tom. And then we'll head up here and do Vault 75. Yep, it's about time to do all this stuff up here. This is going to be us for the next few episodes. Shall we sleep? I suppose we should. Let's just wake up at 6 AM, or 7:15. And we have a busy day ahead of us. Are we ill? No, we're not. Do we have enough ammo? Of course we don't.
Let's trade.
No, let's not. Let's build ammo.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Shut up. Get out of my way. Right, that's enough. Okay, first place we need to go is Trinity Plaza, which I believe... Okay, if we just go to the next bridge, turn right, and then turn left by the library. Okay. And this is the next bridge, so we need to turn right up here, go to the library, and then turn left. This is the library. Jump over the car so it doesn't kill us. And turn left, and yeah. Whoopsie. Here we go. Well, this is the place, but... Okay, the quest marker was not telling us to use the front door, it was telling us to use this. Trinity Church.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off.
Okay. Super mutants are in here. Quite a lot of communion wine kicking about. Quite a few very drunk dead bodies, so that's how they dealt with the end of the world. Let's turn the lights on. Overdue book. Not that we need them for anything anymore. I do like that you find all these overdue books when you're really close to the library. That's quite cool. Nothing
so
here.
Boring.
I think all the super mutants are going to be upstairs. Ooh, a box. Nothing good, just more wine. It's got some good stuff in there. Can we find some stairs? Or are we going to have to parkour all this nonsense? Well, let's just shoot that in the bum. Luckily, because we have a silenced weapon, although it's very loud, it is silenced, so they didn't hear that. Ooh. You could call a quantum in that lunchbox. Aha, some stairs. Where does this go? Is there anything? Aha, there is, look. It always pays to poke around in Fallout 4. You never know what you might find. Okay. There they are. I think that guy had a minigun. I forgot to get into my armor when we were back home, which is a bit bad. Ah, okay, we could have come in these front doors. Book. What's out this way? Restrooms. Any trigger traps? Doesn't seem to be. It's just a burnt book, not an overdue book. Right, well, let's investigate these dead bodies. How did we get over there? Just a little bit of parkour. There we go. Ah, mole rats. That's what they were eating. Makes a difference from eating humans, I suppose. So we were told... Aha! Magazine!
Excellent.
Do 5% damage against super mutants. That's going to come in handy. I'm glad we found that. 45 rounds, buff out, rat poison. believe this hunting rifle, yeah. Find the poorly upgraded hunting rifle here, so we'll just get rid of that. Why do we need a hunting rifle when we have a Gauss rifle? I don't believe there's anything else in this church. I think that's it. Yeah, okay, this just leads back up here. Ooh, a tool case.
Sweet.
Yeah, 45 rounds, yes please. Take these. Very close to another level up. Another staircase going up. Well, nothing up here though. Just a couple of skeletons. A locked door though. Oops.
That's it.
And another tool case and some super mutant armor. And lots more wine and nothing behind the door. Okay. All very minor loot, apart from that magazine, which is pretty nice. I mean, an extra 5% damage against super mutants is going to come in very handy. Very handy indeed. Could have done with that right from the start of the game, to be honest. But, you know, we shall take what we take. Let's just jump down and get out of here. Where did we come in? I think we'll try and find our way back out that way. Yeah, it was this way, wasn't it? Yep, this looks very familiar. Exit. Good. Item 1 on the agenda, ticked off. We do need to speak to Hancock, don't we? So that should be the next destination. Again, we'll just go north and then we'll follow the coast road round and then we'll come down here because we know that's the quick way to Goodneighbor. Don't really want to cut through the centre of town, especially not when the Brotherhood are buzzing around and aggravating everybody. See, the brackets just went very twitch-tastic just then. We just want to go north until we hit the river. You shut up with your caution brackets, alright? Okay, we're at hallucinogens. That means this is the coast road right here. And we know the coast road's clear, so we can sprint now. And our action points are refreshing nice and fast thanks to that excellent piece of armour that we bought inside the Institute. Nice. Who's on Trouble Bridge today? I can't tell, I'm too far away. It looks like... yeah, Stash and Lexa and these guys again. So from here, Goodneighbor is pretty much a straight shot. Because there is only one entrance into Goodneighbor, you do have to kind of approach it from the same way each time. Past this cleared out place, down here, up and over this half-buried trailer, and Goodneighbor's straight ahead. Coast Road is a shortcut to everywhere. How many vertibirds are in the air, man? God, it's so loud. Right, let's speak to Mayor Hancock.
You're blocking my light, doll. In case you're wondering, the Diamond City radio signal comes in loud and clear here in Goodneighbor.
What have you got for
Travis?
us?
Hancock.
Well, if it ain't Bobby's little patsy. Here, for protecting my stash. Wise decision turning on Bobby like that.
That was a long time ago, but, you know.
I'm sorry for everything.
Hey, this is Goodneighbor. No hard feelings. Let me tell you, this classy little tri-corner hat of mine is getting heavy. Am I turning into the man? Some kind of tyrant? I spend all my time putting down the people I would have been proud to scheme with just a few years ago. I need to take a walk again. Get a grip on what really matters. Living free.
So now we can actually have the mayor of Goodneighbor as our companion.
Can you just leave Goodneighbor? Aren't you the mayor?
Hey, the mayor's still the mayor whether he's in residence or not. I've walked out of here plenty of times. Keeps me honest. Can't let power get to my head. That's not what being in charge of Goodneighbor is about.
If you're heading out, why not come with me?
Yeah, I like it. You might just be the right kind of trouble. Let me just have a little chat with my community first. Give them the news.
I'll go through the door then, Mr. Hancock. There he goes. So we have to listen to his little speech now.
Hey, everybody, gather up. I got something you all need to hear.
Hi, how are you?
Stay free, sister.
No rush. Everyone just take your time. Look, everyone, I'm taking a walk. It's time for your fearless leader to get back out there. Mix it up in the dirt before I forget what that feels like.
You can't leave, Hancock. We need you.
Hey, I'm always gonna be here in spirit, my man. Goodneighbor and I, we got a connection. But like any hot and heavy relationship, sometimes you gotta spend time apart. Let things cool off. Remind yourself of who you are. So that's why I'm leaving. I'm still your mayor. I'm still gonna be here when you need me. But it's time for me to stop living so damn comfortable. Because we all know, no one in power deserves to be comfortable for long. Now, what's the best town in the Commonwealth? Where can someone live free, with no judgment? Goodneighbor! Of the people, for the people. And don't let no one forget it.
Right, and now he's available to be our companion.
Hey, Hancock.
So, you ready to get this show on the road?
You still interested in traveling together?
I think I could do with some more trouble in my life.
Let's do it.
Done.
Alright. Now apparently he's our companion. We're just going to release him from his contract straight away.
Hey.
Talk to me.
I think it'd be best if we went our separate ways.
Works for me. I'll head on home.
Okay, so we'll just tab out and he'll remain here forever.
Hey, Hancock.
Too bad about Finn. Gonna miss him next super mutant attack rolls round. Oh well. What can I do for our newcomer?
Hey, let's see if he's got any work for us.
Looking for work.
Work, huh? I'll tell you what. I got reconnaissance needs. There's a lot of weird talk coming in about a place called the Pikmin Gallery. It's raider territory up there, but they've been quiet. Like uncomfortable post-coitus quiet. Snoop it out and give me the word.
I might be interested, but let's talk money, Hancock.
Okay. Usual job pays 200, but I like you. So let's push it to 250.
I'm not sure how high our charisma is with just the helmet and the glasses on. Like maybe 10, maybe 11?
You said things have gone quiet up there. That means extra risks to cover.
I like where your head's at. Let's make it 300 caps.
Let's see.
If you can't put real money on the table, I'm out.
Ruthless. Nice.
Cool.
You might actually live long enough for me to pay you. All right, 400 caps. But that's all the town coffers can bear.
Scout out Pikmin Gallery. On it.
Cool. Be thorough, okay? I'm not paying for a look-see. Find out what's really going on there.
Now this is something else we're actually going to add to our quest list. Investigate Pikmin Gallery, because it's really close to where we're going anyway, so we're just going to Follow the road back north, and it's right here before we get to Railroad HQ. Alright.
You get into trouble? It's your own damn.
So there were two reasons we came to speak to Hancock. First was to unlock him as a companion, and the second was to get this Pikmin Gallery quest. Let's bust this joint. Nearly there already. Very easy to find. And our friendly chem stealer has been replaced by raiders. That's fine. We'll kill them. Absolute trash. Right, onwards to the Pikmin Gallery. Or actually no, we'll do that after we've been to Railroad HQ, because it's on the way. Tinker Tom, come here. Yep.
Carrington wants to talk with you. Sounds important.
Right, every time you come back here, you get another
You
quest.
actually inside the Institute? That's insane. You? Just you?
Hey there.
Hey, you placed another one of my babies. Bring in that yummy data. I know another building that could use a Mila.
Give it here then.
Or we could just do some shopping.
Don't
I
care.
gotta go.
Right you are.
And apparently Doc Carrington wants to speak with us.
Ah, good, you're here. There's been a development.
Good.
A raider gang has captured one of our agents, codenamed Blackbird. The twist is, we thought he was already killed at Augusta's safe house. Desdemona clings to the far-fetched hope that A, Blackbird is alive, and B, he can tell us what happened to the synths held at Augusta when it fell. So she wants you to tackle this fool's errand.
Okay.
If Blackbird's alive, I want to bring him back.
As you see fit. The dead drop has the full briefing. Raiders aren't known for keeping their captors alive. But, since you're risking your neck, good luck.
Thanks, Doc. Okay, another dead drop to find. Let's see. Where is this? It's back where we came from, but we can sprint there in no time at all. Where's the Boston Bugle? It's pretty much where we are now. Okay, maybe we'll not get anywhere northeast this episode.
I just heard the most fascinating rumor. The story goes that you actually found the Institute. Been there and back again. Sounds crazy, right?
Correctamundo.
It's all true. Deacon says you used teleportation. I can't imagine. You must feel justifiably proud of what your Minutemen have achieved in such a short time. Eventually, the Minutemen will devise their own plan to deal with the Institute. But I doubt your soldiers will place any priority on rescuing the synths inside. I'm counting on you being as passionate about freeing synths as we are. Please, work with us instead.
This decision doesn't actually have any lasting consequences, so we can easily side with the railroad.
I'll work with you then.
You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the railroad has. It's time you learn about Patriot. There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute, who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him. So we gave him the codename Patriot. So you need to infiltrate the Institute and make contact with Patriot.
Sounds easy.
How do I make contact?
Tom devised a way to send a message to Patriot. We can plant a coded message on an Institute terminal. And, if all goes well, he'll respond. Just see Tom, and you can proceed from there.
Okay, and now we get another quest.
Oh, man, you were actually there? Inside the belly of the beast?
Certainly
if
was.
the Minutemen gave you a custom holotape, that's what I'm looking for. Anything that survived Institute security is gold.
Here you go,
okay.
Tom.
We're in business. You know, I need... Shit, I'm already done. Just plug this baby into any terminal in the Institute, and our man Patriot will get back to you.
Okay, so we now have a quest to do in the Institute. We have to upload this holotape into anything we find there. So at the moment, we probably... Right, let's just level up and then we'll finish this episode. Next episode we'll do some more stuff for the railroad in Boston, and then I promise we will get northeast and start doing all this cool stuff, including Vault 75, which is really quite interesting. Right, level up. What are we going to do now? We've done all ninja. I think we were coming down to do steady aim, so we'll do that. Nice. Right, and that'll do it for this episode. We've got lots more quests. We only came here to hand some quests in, and we got like 3 new ones, but that's just how it goes. I hope to see you again in the next episode, and I hope you look after yourself until then. I will see you later.